Hello, it's me, Louisa. And it is June 16th. And I just got off the phone with a friend who I haven't talked to in years, and I learned a bunch of stuff about what was going on in her life recently or in the recent past. And I was just kind of like struck to just have a conversation about it. So here's the conversation. Do you ever have a group of friends that everyone just chills and vibes with, and then you meet up with someone you've known like for years and years, and you bring them into the circle, and then all of a sudden the circle starts to kind of crumble and break, and you're trying to figure out what the hell happened? Like, why is my circle breaking? Why is this crumbling? And all of a sudden this circle completely dissipates, and you're left alone with the one friend that you brought into the circle. And you're like, what the heck's going on? She's a great person, you know? How did we get to this place where now we don't have, I'm not having fun anymore? What happened, you know? And the truth of the matter is, what happened is, you have to know in your heart who you're bringing around people that truly love you. Because people who truly love you will walk away from you if you're not listening to them tell you that the person you brought into the circle that you look at with stars in your eyes as such a wonderful, good friend isn't. So my story starts with this. I have a good friend who started a woman empowerment group, which was fantastic. It was about 6 years ago, maybe 7. And it was fantastic. There were women, older women, younger girls, heavier set, thinner set, very shy women, like grown woman who you just looked at her, knew she just needed someone to just plug her in and say, listen, you are a powerhouse. You have a career that's off the charts amazing. You pull off things that no one can, you know? There was a girl who was, like I said, a little bit heavier set, and within that group she started exercising, and I can tell you she is a quarter of the person she once was. So like, such amazing positive things were coming out of this. There was one of my favorite of all, there was a book rat, let's say, different. Her cloth was different than everyone sitting around, but she became one of the girls. And you know what? Through talking and learning, she's just the same exact persons that we all are. She just was shyer, or she just didn't know that she was exactly like all of us. I think because she was really just, she just had her world. And so she was, I feel, rebirthed in that group, and it was beautiful to watch, and it's still beautiful to watch because she's still a powerhouse who's just changing moments of her life every day, changing careers. Like, we're all in our 50s or over by some years. And, you know, women are changing careers. I recently had a friend, I haven't seen her in a year, and she's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, I went back to school and I became an oncology nurse. I'm like, what did you do? You know, 45 years old. And she was just like, no, my dad died of cancer, and I had this urge, and I need to change things, and I wanted to do it, and I became an oncology nurse. And I'm just like, I don't know if I could change my sheets today. I'm tired. And you're changing your entire life, you know. So women are amazing and incredible, but in that fold, if you put one woman who does not have the belief system within themselves, who doesn't see their value, then their mission is to set out to kind of pick at everything to make this structure crumble. And in her success, she will. And ultimately what happens is good friendships break because this one person who spends so much time throwing shade to just exist within a place that she knows she doesn't belong. And I know that's horrible to say, but it's true. Like, women are beautiful, powerful, but just like anything, there's a bad seed. If there's a bad seed, there's a bad seed. And you can try your damnedest and your hardest to bring them up and let them know that, you know, jealousy isn't the way, or talking about other women isn't the way. But if that's all they know, and they don't believe anything more than that, then guess what? That's how they're going to stay. And that's regretful, because as a woman, and a woman who wants to empower all and blah, 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 and be the, we all matter. When someone doesn't get the message, you're personally hurt. Like, why doesn't she understand, And so that was the topic is, here comes a person into a circle of friends, a group of women that have become sisters by choice. And over the last 5 years, none of them are speaking. And I had stepped away. I had separated from my last marriage. And so I kind of was in my own world at that point. So I wasn't involved in what had happened. And I literally just learned of it. So this one person kind of diabolically ended this gorgeous circle of women empowerment and friends. And all I can say is, at this point, there are 6 women that have not spoken to each other based on this one woman who decided to change the game. And she wins. She's winning because she set out to change. She set out to change the narrative. You could literally see in her eyes that she was just absolutely jealous of every person around her. And it was sad. It was like, we're not in competition here. We come here for camaraderie. We come here to show that no matter what our backgrounds are, no matter what we do, no matter what we believe in, we have a common thread. And that's that we're women and that we need each other. And that's something I've said so many times. And to learn that, there are 6 women or 5 women, however many it is, that aren't speaking yet. They probably just need to have a good conversation, like a good moment of clarity to make every aspect of what they're holding on to known. I bet all of that bad blood would dissolve. So what do? I know them all. I love them all. I haven't been around them in 6 years. Do I insert myself? Do I say, listen, let's have a powwow? Do I call each of them independently and say, what can we do to fix this circle again? Because we all know, like, the circle may never actually be as round as it once was. It might not be as steady as it once was. But I do feel that within all their hearts, they deserve peace. Because we all know that as women, we constantly replay and react and reenact and try to think, if I did this differently or whatever. And so I don't think that these women are constantly thinking about this topic. But I know that it passes through their minds because there is a blank space. There's a wonder, like, why did this one turn on me? Why did that one turn on me? Why did that? And the truth of the matter is, no one turned on anyone. That one bad seed created this, what's the word I'm looking for? This one bad seed turned the entire barrel of apples rotten. And everyone is certain that the other doesn't like them, so much so that they don't want the conflict. But the truth of the matter is, all those other women love each other. So how do I handle it? What am I going to do? How do I change this narrative? How does a positive woman step into a broken circle of friendships and just try to rebuild the trust within each other or the love within each other? And from that, from just being able to all sit down in a circle and speak their truths of what they've been told, how they made their decisions to exit the group, and let them all hash it out. I think that's what I need to do. I do. So I guess I'm asking you for your opinion. Do I do that? Do I care enough to do that? Of course I do. Because no woman deserves to walk around thinking that someone that was once their friend is their enemy, based on the bad seed, who was just looking to take the shine off of the woman who created the circle, solely based on pure jealousy. And I always say this, and I always say this, but jealousy is the root of all evil. Because if you cannot see the forest for the trees. If you cannot give your shoulders for another woman to step up on to reach her highest goal, then you need to go search your soul. It's not about jealousy. No one wants your man. No one wants your life. No one wants to live what you're living. We want to be a part of what you're doing. And yeah, there are women that, stalk other women's men and stuff like that. That's not the kind of women I'm talking about here. I'm talking about a group of women that honestly loved each other, came together for support within each other, to find out our likes and our strengths, and to build on our weaknesses together to overcome them. And it dissolved. It dissolved because someone with not as much self-esteem, I think, I don't know how to explain it, because I knew from the second I saw this person that it wasn't a fit. That wasn't going to be a puzzle piece within the puzzle that we had been putting together every week. And so, what do you guys think? I'm asking opinions. I hope I get some. Do I let it go? Do I reach out to each of the women that are involved and say, hey, listen, I had a conversation, and I see some clarity that maybe you haven't seen or heard, and maybe I can help the situation, and then allow each person to kind of decide how they want to proceed. Like, the opportunity to have the conversation. I'm not demanding anyone have a conversation. I want to present each of these women the opportunity to have a conversation. I want them to have the opportunity to use the skills that we learned while we were building our community. It's bugging me. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I know it, because ultimately that person won. She came in on a mission. She came in on a mission to destroy this harmony. That's the only way I can say it. I keep thinking, like, that's harsh, Louisa. That's not very kind. That's not a very good thing to say. That doesn't seem so... It just seems like you're saying really mean things. But I'm not. I'm not saying anything mean, and I'm not saying anything out of turn. I'm not using any names. And I am doing what I do. I speak from my heart, and I tell the truth a lot. And most people hate it because they don't want to hear it. But that's not my business. Just like what someone thinks of me is none of my business. So I'm going to do it. I know I'm asking for advice, and I really want the advice. And I will, if I get advice, I will read it all. I will take it all into consideration. If you know me personally and you want to text me, or you want to talk to me on Facebook or message me, whatever you want to do, be my guest. But I think I think this was a way I process. And usually I do it in my mind, but today I was like, you know what? I want to tell everybody and anybody who's listening that you don't have to settle for thinking someone doesn't like you because it's uncomfortable to get to that conversation. What we have to learn is to swallow our pride sometimes and just say, what happened here? What did I do wrong to make this occur? And I'm going to bet you that all 6 of those women who think they did something wrong, or that other none of them have done anything wrong. There was someone setting a trap and won. And I can't have that, because good and God have to prevail in my life always. Negativity can't. And it's been 6 years of, I know at least 2 people that have been agonizing over it in terms of like their eyes well up. Excuse me, their eyes well up, or you could hear the lump in their throat when we discuss it. That's an issue that has to get aired out. We're not going to be here forever. I read something today that I absolutely adore, and it said, we only live once. And the meme said, yes, but the truth is we only die once. We live every single day. And to live every single day, we have to do our best to be our best. And I think this is like a great summer project for me, because what else is there to do? Like, it's summertime, it's beautiful. they could come down to the club that you guys saw in other videos. I can do a Friday night girls night if they also choose to have a conversation together, or if they want to independently have conversations and kind of me as the moderator. Moderator? I don't think that's the word, girl. Not narrator. Moderator. I think that, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. The person who's in the middle, kind of keeping everybody equally in the conversation. I cannot think, it's not narrator. Nope. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure you know what I mean. So if I can do that for these women, that's what I want to do. And I'm going to do it. So today is, like I said, I gave the date at the beginning because this is my mission. By the end of this summer, I'm going to do another video of an update on who and what came back together and allowed conversation to flow and honesty to flow and humility to flow and vulnerability to flow and to be humble, to allow humble abilities to flow. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to off. Hey, it's June. Free hugs. I'm giving free hugs in Manhattan. June 26th. Pride Parade. It's just love, and love is love. And I will never not be all about it. So, happy Pride. Happy friendships. And if you're home right now and you're thinking, God, there's something that's bugging me about a friend I haven't spoken to in a while, you know what? Swallow your pride. Give them a call. Say, hey, listen, what have I done? Put yourself out there. They might say nothing. I just grew. I changed. I didn't want something. I don't know what the answer might be, but at the end of the day, even if you don't rebuild your friendship, you might have peace of heart because you made the move to make it better. Okay. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. That's the thing I'm supposed to say. And I appreciate your support always. And I hope this is good advice. I think it's good advice. But I want to hear your advice. I want to know if I'm doing the right thing. Okay. Happy Pride. Love is love. And love your neighbors. Except mine.